Okay, so you realize that your career that you built your life on and you spent some time building, whether it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, isn't your passion. And now you're at this point where you've built something, and you're like, what do I do? Well, hi, my name's Jen, and I literally did that. And I survived it. So I kind of wanted to talk about what you do and what you should create in your life to kind of survive that situation or just kind of get through it and figure out other passions in your life. So pretty much for me, I'm a CPA, an accountant. I've been an accountant for 10 years, and I had this like epiphany about a year ago that my accounting isn't my passion. I'm like, I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know what my passion is going to be, but I know that this isn't it. So I think the initial awakening of that, right, is a hard place to be. So if you are going through that, like, just know that there are other people that have been there. I've been there, and you will like get out the other side. You will survive. I would say definitely I think you have to come to a point of an acceptance, right? Like, I think there's a certain awakening right now. There's a certain time where people are kind of waking up and realizing that the life that they've created, the nuclear, having a house with kids and stuff like that, and this career that you were supposed to have out of college when you were so young that you picked, like, isn't something that you're still aligned with, and isn't something that you still love, but you're like, oh no, I can't do that, I'm gonna blow up my life. And for me, like, that was really, really hard for me to accept. It took me, it's still, sometimes I go back and forth, but right now I think I've kind of survived and I've come out the other side. But it's definitely hard when you awaken to that, right? So I would say the biggest thing is like, if you need to mourn that old life, mourn it. Like, I remember when because I'm a CPA, I worked very hard for the license. I did all of these things. I climbed up a certain amount of corporate ladder. I worked really, really hard. I still work hard. I'm still in it. But I found that I was looking for my purpose, looking for deriving so much of myself through my career, and was getting so disappointed when it wasn't happening. So I think I had to mourn that old life. I had to cry. I had to accept it. I had to really, really, really accept that it's okay. Like, it's not, no, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change if I decide I want to stay an accountant forever, or if I want to go down another path. And that's the same for anyone who's like watching or going through that. Like, no one is going to be upset with you. Like, the biggest person that's putting pressure is you. Like, you're the one who's putting pressure on yourself, and you're the one who is, like, if anything, like, hurting yourself, right? Because you're creating so much tension behind a career and looking for it to derive, your purpose, or your identity, right? Your identity, when it's not so much like that. So a lot of what I did was kind of I mourned it. And then the second thing I did was kind of like try to find identity or purpose in other things. And, I'm able to find that in depths of spirituality. I also would try to find other outlets of, I don't know, interests, so to say. So spirituality is something I'm interested in. I've been interested in. I practice. I realize now more than ever I have a lot of it incorporated in my life. Like, I do a lot of different practices, but I just continue to cultivate those practices. And, like, even right now I have a little crystal sitting at my desk helping me. But I would say try to incorporate some kind of practice that keeps you present, right? Because when you're sitting there and you're like, why do I not have the thought of the life that I wanted? Why is it not working out? Why am I not feeling what other people feel? That's a lot of what I would go through. I'd be in meetings and I'm like, I'm not feeling what they're feeling. And it's nothing that you don't like the people. I've been in rooms where I like love the people I worked with, but I was like, I'm not getting the same energy that they're having. Like, my energy is very different. I'm feeling very different. When I close my laptop on Friday, I'm not thinking about work, whereas like they were like, oh, I'm working. I don't know. I personally was, sitting there and it's hard sometimes to not get upset with yourself or not be like, I've wasted so much time. Like, that's a lot of like what happens of, oh, I wasted time. But it's like, no, you didn't waste time. You had to go down this path. This was an experience, right? This is something that you had to go through. This is something that you had to learn. There's so much that you learn within it that you don't even realize that will be implemented in your life every day. So that's something I would say is like how you continue to survive it. But a lot of what I started doing is really like getting into some kind of healthy working out practice as well. I noticed, and I know people sometimes are against working out, but hot yoga before my work day, especially if it's like a really intense work day that I know is gonna have, will completely change my mood. I mean, I will be I go to hot yoga at like, I start at 9 and then I go to hot yoga at like 7:30. When I log on at 9, I am like giddy, I'm excited, I feel so connected to myself that I'm able to conquer the day a little bit. So also try to find a practice before work, or like find something that you could kind of connect back to. You know, I like to also really be in nature. I'm a real big nature girl. I love being outside. I love going on walks. It's literally my favorite forever. So I would incorporate going on walks on my lunch break and just eat the food at your desk. And I know sometimes they say not to do that, but I don't know. I mean, I'd rather spend my lunch break outside, work outside with, you know, nature and trees and flowers and butterflies than, you know, sitting there being sad or like, you know, not having that release. Because I do think that creating a separation or just going outside is really healthy for someone, or really healthy for me. It makes me happy, and I assume for other people. It could be hard to not want to just blow up your life. And if you want to do that, that's like, if not blow up your life, but if you want to kind of go down a route of like, okay, I just need to start over. I, very big Virgo, need to analyze and think everything through. So it's very hard for me to just do something like, oh, let me just blow and then, you know, go to the next step. So I'm definitely like a pillar kind of person. Sometimes I'm like, no, I just want to jump into that and like kind of be, you know, impulsive, but I can't help it. You know, it's who I am. I guess that's why I'm an accountant, right? Or why I chose that path. But yeah, I would say it's like finding fulfillment in little things. Like, I also think especially if you're remote, I feel sometimes this like lack of connectivity to people. So I really have to make it important, or it's very important to me to connect with people. So I try to like it's really easy to kind of get stuck in your bubble of like your routine of being remote and not seeing people, and then kind of not continuing to see people. But I think forcing yourself to go to new places, forcing yourself to go to events that you probably wouldn't go to, or to do things to connect to other people is so important and so good for like your mental health, and trying to figure out what will fulfill you, trying to figure out how to find that of what you know, are looking for in life. And it could be really hard, and it could be disheartening, and it could be a lot of like back and forth, but so much of who you are and so much of your journey and purpose in life isn't just a career or like a husband. It's like where you find these like little beautiful moments of happiness and joy and just like little things. So I do think like incorporating that helps you stay more grounded. It's always hard. Life is going to have those journeys of being hard or being, you know, a little bit easier, but just know like there's always going to be that ebb and flow, and it's going to come back up after it goes down. And continuing to incorporate like hobbies or just things that give you joy, little things. Another thing I wrote down things I like to do, right? So I really like to go hiking. Like I said, I like to go to hot yoga. And then I wrote the emotion that was connected to it. So when I wrote down hot yoga, it was like, I feel peaceful, I feel like joy, I feel just like happiness, just stuff like that, whatever I felt connected to. So I was like able to kind of see more ways to bring that into my life. Like, this is where you're deriving your joy. Like, this is how you are. So it's there's so much in your life that you're actually doing, and seeing it on paper also really, really helps. I'm an extreme, like a big manifester. So I like love like writing down as well. Like I do like the powers of three, and I'm constantly writing down different tools and techniques to kind of do that. So seeing it out on paper is really helpful. But if you are going through it, know it's not going to be forever. You will figure it out. Everything always goes back into balance. Like, you are going to be okay. I survived it. You will survive it too. I promise.